Welcome everybody. In this episode we finally get our hands on some proper farm machinery and Dusty tells us his rather controversial secret. Welcome back to Crimson Banshee Gaming and a happy new year to you all. If you're new to the channel, click the subscribe button to be notified of new episode releases. If you enjoy this video, then give the episode a like. And of course, if you have a suggestion for Dusty, please leave a comment below. There's been a little break in the series over the Christmas period, but now is a good time to have a bit of a recap. So Dusty started off with little more than his trusty old truck and a chainsaw. He worked for the first month or so felling trees and selling the logs at the sawmill for a tidy profit. I then felt it would be a good move to get into grass, so we picked up a cheap mower, a trailer and mini baler. However, sadly, the effort greatly outweighed the profits. I admitted defeat. It was perhaps a bad move at the time, but Dusty and I then moved into greenhouses and chickens as a way of starting to generate some passive income. Soon after that, the snow set in. We have about 4,000 in the bank today and things are feeling a little bleak. I've been listening to your comments and I agree that Dusty should try and get into livestock and perhaps not worry too much about arable ventures until the weather warms up. So thank you to Fella Smeller and Danny Little Jr. for your ideas and your support. So let's stop rambling and go and have a look at where things are. The chickens are looking rather healthy, I must admit. They're probably chilled to the absolute bone, but we do have eggs and that's a good thing. Let's have a look where we are in terms of animals. So our chickens are okay. We've got a couple of chicks which are still growing. And we have some adults. We have a rooster in each of the pastures. Productivity is at 100%. Food is effective. Grain is okay. So I think we can leave the chickens as they are. I'd like to try and get a whole pallet of eggs before we go and sell them. Okie dokie. We have tomatoes in here and lettuce in the other one. It's all looking good. Everything's ripe. The weather's making absolutely no difference to the growth, speed and yield of these, so that's great. Let's jump into the menu and have a look here. Water's pretty good for the minute, we don't need to worry about that. And on our tomato one, we are selling, so yep, we're not storing anything, that's all good. And we're selling here. Now, something I did notice off camera before I jumped down to the greenhouses is that, if I run out the end, I accidentally left the lettuce to store. So we have a pallet of lettuce here which needs selling. So that might be the first thing we can do in this freezing cold day. Let's have a quick look at weather. It's 9 o'clock. We've got -3, -2. It's ever so slightly warming up. We may get to 1 degree, 2 degrees with a bit of cloud. It looks like it's going to stop snowing at 5 o'clock. That's good. However, February does say snow and March we've got a bit of rain. And then all of a sudden it warms up quite considerably in April. Fantastic. Lettuce is selling for £1,100 and we are in January and we can see here that we're rising up here. So we're going to see an increase in cost. We may want to wait till February, to be honest, because we know we're going to get a better price. And I think we will do. I'll leave that pallet, even though I've just loaded it on the back of the truck. I'll take the straps off here and we'll leave that one here and we'll sell this in Feb. I've just been having another look at the prices and if we look at lettuce is going to increase in January and Feb. Tomatoes, not really going to do much in January, but they're really going to rack up in February. In fact, it's the best time of year to sell tomatoes. Strawberries equally, best time of year is January. So I'm thinking right now I'm going to switch both greenhouses to tomatoes and I'm going to set them to storing, as you can see here on the right hand side if I just grab my mouse, and those are going to store tomatoes and then we'll go and sell those at the end of February and hopefully make a sweet bit of profit. I thought I'd go and have a look in the shop and just see if there is anything on deal today. So wow, it's basically just tractors. It must be the time of year that people get rid of their tractors. So this is no use to us. A Fendt. I do love a Fendt, I must admit. Big fan of the 500 favourite, but no good. We don't need to spray anything. We already got one of those. And oh, we don't have enough money. 4299. We've got 4,249. Oh, do you know what? That would have been absolutely perfect, because we could have then possibly taken on some contracts if there are any. Field 20, we could make £1,000 there, and field 25, another £1,000. We have the equipment. I think we should go and sell the lettuce that we had left over. That should give us just enough to buy this cultivator, which is on sale for 4,299. So we need $50. $50 bucks is all we need. Okay, let's do that. The snow really is quite deep here now. Right, let's get this loaded on again, and we'll get that sold at the supermarket, I believe. I'll have to check that again shortly. Okay, the lettuce is on, so we can get this up to the supermarket. We're down here. The supermarket is, it's one of these two. This one. We've stopped there a couple of times with Dusty, so we know where that is. Right.
YouTube guy, I need to tell you about my secret.
Oh yeah, Dusty, of course. I completely forgot. What was it?
You remember that night I spent in the bar?
Yeah, go on.
Well, this fella, he sat next to me, bought me a drink, and he told me that there's gold to be found here in Erlingbred. All I's got to do is find some cheese.
Well, yeah, he probably means cheese as in money.
No, listen. He meant actual pieces of cheese. This ain't no normal cheese. This is gold.
Really? Solid gold cheese?
Yeah, it sounds crazy, but I kinda believe the guy.
So what do you want to do then, Dusty?
When the snow clears, if I find a piece of that cheese, I'm gonna cash it in.
I kind of feel like that's cheating, but...
What do you mean?
Well, cheating the game.
What game?
Farming Simulator 22.
What the hell are you talking about?
Okay, don't worry, Dusty, I don't want to get into an argument with you. It sounds like a brilliant idea.
Yeah, I thought you'd be on my side.
For now, I think we just need to press on with getting as much farming work done as possible. Yes, there we go. Bring the interface up. Well, that is surprising. Didn't expect we'd get more than 100 for this. £554 for lettuce. Fantastic. Okay, let's go and buy this bad boy for 4,299. Excellent. We just now need, that should be behind us, to go and pick this up. The tractor's back at Rusty's ranch. Rusty, are you happy to go and grab that one for us? Let's have a look at these contracts then. Field 20 and field 25. 20 is the field directly opposite Dusty's field on 21, so that's easy enough to find. And 25 is up here. It's a long, thin one. I think we'll start with 25 first and come back and then attack 20. So we will accept that contract and we will accept that one as well. Excellent. So Dusty, I've managed to pick up this cultivator on the cheap. I think it needs a bit of repair, but I think we'll be all right. So can you take that up to field 25? It's long and thin, and it's kind of northeast from here.
You want me to cultivate the whole thing?
Yes, please, Dusty, if you could. And I think we'll get about £1,000 for that.
That sounds like easy money to me.
Yeah, hopefully. And then once you've done that, if you come back to field 20, which is just next to your field, that needs cultivating as well.
Looks like my work's cut out for me today.
We'll head across down to the bridge over the river and over the railway track, and then we need to follow the winding road, and that should take us right up to field 25. And here we are, field 25, so we just need to cultivate this one. It is 9:58, we're on ×5 speed. Let's see how quickly we can get this one done. Well, Dusty, you are all finished.
Thank God. My ass is sore.
Well, I think you should grab yourself a break and then head down to field 20. So it's 12:50. That took just shy of 3 hours worth of game time. The next field, I believe, is slightly bigger, albeit squarer. So that's going to push us through till about 4 o'clock. Hello, excuse me. I don't know if you're aware, but it is snowing and it's about -3 degrees outside. Are you not in any way cold?
I don't know what's wrong with people.
The field 20 is just coming up here on the right hand side. It is a fairly large but square field. So I think it's probably going to take slightly longer than the field we've just completed, but I think Dusty can crack on with this and we'll be absolutely fine. Now, once Dusty's finished cultivating this field, field 20, then we'll jump across and see how the crops are doing in our greenhouse, and then we'll go and cash in these 2 contracts that we've just finished today. It will only be a couple of grand, but we do now have a cultivator which we can use for other jobs, and we are slowly but surely clawing our way through the winter. Dusty's just finished the contract on field 20. It is 20 to 5. The snow is thick. It's still coming down. So I think what we'll do is, as I said before, we'll just go and cash in these contracts, and then we can see how things are getting on in the greenhouse. We'll go check on the chickens, and I think we'll call it a day. Right, so we're going to collect this one here, and we'll also collect this one. Excellent. So the only thing that's left on the contracts is ploughing, which is no use to us for now. Let's have a look at our tomatoes. So we've got 59 litres in house 1, and we have 35 litres in house 2. We also have lettuce for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. Let's just jump off, put our torch on. Wow, it's really deep here. So there we go, we have some tomatoes. You run over here, we have another pallet of tomatoes here. All is good. We'll sell those tomorrow, or rather next month in February, and hopefully we'll get a good sale value for those. Let's jump on the tractor. We'll head back. We've got £2,775. That's not too bad, considering we've now got the asset of a cultivator as well. See how the chickens are doing? They are just about keeping their head above the level of the snow. Producing eggs still, which is great. Yes, these guys are all very happy still. Well, it's been another quiet day here, ladies and gentlemen. It's just so cold. The days are so short. But we did manage to purchase a cultivator, which is going to be an asset to us much later on down the line. We managed to get 2 cultivation contracts done for a couple of grand just to keep things ticking over. We've got tomatoes growing in both the greenhouses, which we will sell in February. And our chickens are all healthy and continuing to produce eggs, so that's fantastic. Thank you for joining me and Dusty here today. Don't forget to click that subscribe button to be notified of the next episode as soon as that hits YouTube. If you've missed any of the previous episodes, click the playlist card on the screen now, and I'll see you next time.